Let's talk about the rhetorical analysis rubric. The rhetorical analysis essay is numbered as essay number 2 on the AP Lang test, and it is worth a total of 6 points. 1 point for thesis, 4 points for evidence and commentary, 1 point for sophistication. This is going to look very familiar to you because it is the same point structure that is used for the synthesis essay. There are, however, some differences that I want to illustrate for you, but for the most part, it is the same. So, for the thesis, once again, you can earn 1 point. Once again, the thesis needs to answer the prompt. This time, however, your task is a little bit different. You need, instead of taking a stand on an issue, you are going to analyze the writer's rhetorical choices. So when you are looking at a speech, for example, you would need to tell your reader what rhetorical choices the speaker made in order to achieve their purpose. With the rhetorical analysis prompt, the range of what would be considered a correct answer is a little bit more narrow. However, there are not specific strategies or choices that you must discuss. You can talk about any of the speaker or the author's rhetorical choices as long as they form a cohesive argument. Once again, evidence and commentary, you can earn up to 4 points. Your goal is to earn at least a 4 on the essay. That's considered a quote unquote passing essay. So let's look at the 3 and the 4. As far as evidence goes, you provide specific evidence support to support all claims in a line of reasoning. What does that mean? In the case of this essay, it means that you have provided evidence from the text for every rhetorical strategy that you mention. So if you mention 3 strategies, you need to have evidence for all 3. If you don't, that's going to drop you down to a 2 for your evidence and commentary. So if you have examples of 2 strategies, talk about 2 strategies. Don't make a huge list in your claim because you're not going to get your evidence and commentary point. So, in order to get your point for commentary, you need to explain how some of the evidence supports the line of reasoning. So maybe you provide 2 examples of diction, word choice, but you don't explain how both of those examples help support your claim. That would be providing evidence for some of them. The other thing you must do is explain how at least one rhetorical choice contributes to the writer's argument, purpose, or message. You must discuss the author's purpose. Did they achieve it? That's going to be part of your claim. So please make sure that when you are doing the analysis, you explain how those choices help them to achieve their purpose. In order to get the 4 for evidence and commentary, once again, you need to provide evidence for all of your strategies. You need to consistently explain how the evidence supports the line of reasoning. In other words, every single example, you explain why it matters. And you must explain how multiple rhetorical choices in the passage contribute to the writer's purpose, message, etc. Notice that the word used is multiple. The prompt does not, or the rubric does not specify that you must have 3. That is what students tend to like. You feel comfortable with an introduction paragraph, 3 supporting paragraphs, and a conclusion paragraph. However, keep in mind you have 40 minutes to write this essay. It is better overall, based on the rubric, to provide 2 choices that you explain in great detail, multiple examples, fully developed commentary that ties everything back to your claim, than to write 3 paragraphs that are underdeveloped. So if that idea makes you a little bit, only 2, yes, only 2. The rubric says multiple, it does not specify how many. That brings us to our sophistication point. And again, this is incredibly difficult to earn. In fact, I would say it's almost impossible to earn on the rhetorical analysis essay. Why? Demonstrate sophistication of thought. For the most part, because there is a narrow range of what is considered an acceptable interpretation of a text, it's really hard to approach that text in a way that's new and unique that the readers have never heard before. It is maybe possible to earn the sophistication point by demonstrating a complex understanding of the rhetorical situation. But what can sometimes happen here is that you turn it into a history lecture. You know all about President Kennedy. You're reading his speech. You're all, yes, let me tell you everything I know about him. That may be true, but does it answer the prompt? Probably not. Once again, my advice is ignore the sophistication point. I know that that can be a hard mental transition to make. You're used to working for that 100%. You're thinking about growth in this class. You're not looking for that success. You want to improve. 4 is reasonable, totally achievable for everybody. 1 for the thesis point, 3 for the evidence and commentary. That will earn you your credit on the essay. 5, absolutely within your reach. 6 is a gift. It's that extra present you weren't expecting on your birthday. Forget about sophistication. Focus on the evidence and the commentary. Focus on the thesis. And if you do that, you will be successful with your essays.